and welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at Metro East Community Media, and now we're going to be talking with the Regional Coalition for Clean Rivers and Streams. And here to represent, I have Carrie Handley. You are the Community Watershed Steward for the City of Gresham. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And Roy Ewai, you are the Water Quality Program Coordinator for Multnomah County.
Yeah,
Did I get that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. It's nice to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
So the Regional Coalition for Clean Rivers and Streams, that's a coalition. Obviously, that means it's a bunch of different groups involved. Who makes up the coalition and why was it formed?
So we formed a little over 20 years ago to all work together collectively to protect our rivers and streams under the Clean Water Act, the Federal Clean Water Act. Mm-hmm. And we have a long list of coalition partners. We have the cities of Gladstone, West Lynn, Wilsonville, Lake Oswego, Oregon City, Milwaukee, Clean Water Services out in Washington County, Clackamas Water Environment Services District, and Gresham, Oak Lodge Water Services, and City of Fairview, Troutdale, and then Multnomah County.
Wow, that's quite the coalition. That's a lot of groups. Yeah, trying to get all of them to agree on things and work together, is that difficult, or is it a?
Well, we all understand and believe that working together we can accomplish a lot more than we can do individually. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, collaboration is what you need to do. So what are some of the goals of the coalition?
Well, our goals are to engage the public primarily. So our coalition is about communication and outreach, and we sometimes share tabling events at festivals and things like that, and help get, again, the collective message out for what the public can do to help protect our water resources.
Okay, because I mean, there's obviously places in the world where water is a very precious commodity. I mean, it is here too. In Oregon, I think we have a lot more than some places do. We're lucky that way, but it's still a very precious commodity, and having clean water is it's something that you have to survive, really.
Definitely.
So yeah. So tell me, I mean, what about this area? What is the most important thing people need to know about keeping our waterways clean and safe for us to drink and to bathe in and to enjoy recreation? What do we need to know?
Yeah, well, I can talk first about the salmon.
Okay.
The salmon, of course, is an iconic species. It's an indicator species, a keystone species, so it tells us a little bit about the health of the stream. And we have some amount of salmon in nearly every stream still in this area. So you think of this 3-county area. So in order for us to kind of allow these fish to thrive, as opposed to maybe they're surviving right now, it takes actions from not only government, but also takes actions from people. And so, saving our streams, having clean streams, this is a community value. And I think even though we might see differences between people in like Multnomah County versus Clackamas County or Washington County, I think that the values are the same. And so it allows us to really coordinate very strongly, actually, because the messages are very similar.
Good, good. So there is a campaign, I believe the river starts here.
The river starts here.
And tell me about this campaign. What is this about?
Carrie?
Well, the river starts here means that it starts wherever you are. And as we probably all know by now, we all live in a watershed, and watersheds are all over the region, and as large as the Columbia River watershed that goes out to the ocean, that flows into the Willamette River, and our watersheds flow down to the Willamette and then out to the Columbia River, so we're all connected via our waterways.
So something that happens up here is going to, possibly carry on all the way to the ocean.
Yeah, right? Well, the concept is kind of strong here in like an urban area. Let's say you live in a neighborhood and you don't have a stream nearby, but you might have runoff from your roof or your driveway and your lawn that goes down the street, and it goes into those grates on the corner, right? We call those catch basins, and oftentimes you'll see a little marker that says, don't pollute drains to stream. And that's exactly
out in the parking lot out there. Yeah,
and that's exactly what it does. Most of the time, that water will just go straight to a stream. You might be in an area where the stormwater is infiltrated into the ground, or it might be part of a combined sewer system if you live, say, close in Portland. But this idea that if that raindrop hits your roof and goes down the street, goes down in that grate, and it goes to the stream, your house kind of is at the start of one, maybe a little
Yeah.
tributary that used to be there, now that's paved. But this kind of idea that you're still part of the stream system, even though you might be kind of far away from it. And it's kind of a reminder that what you do on your property does have impact.
So things like putting pesticides on your plants and on your lawn, something like that would be obviously something that would greatly impact.
Exactly,
the
that's
water.
one of our key messages.
Yeah. What other kinds of things?
Definitely things related to your car. I think,
yeah.
Car washing at those car wash stations, I think is very popular because it's convenient, but, it keeps that soap out of the stream. I think that's a really easy one. I think
It keeps the soap out of the stream to do it at the car wash.
exactly,
Okay.
right. The
Yeah,
use of-
and then all the greases and metals that are also associated with your car and in and around the parts, they can also leach as you're washing and cleaning your car and detailing your car. So, yeah, whenever possible, it's best to go to a facility where all that wastewater is managed.
That's
Right.
that's good for people to know that.
Yeah, I think another highlight too is like natural yard care or naturescaping.
Yeah.
I know a lot of organizations have workshops where they teach you about native plants that don't require herbicides or are drought resistant.
Right.
And then you can maintain this great natural habitat on your yard, with pollinators and birds and
right.
things. So
Bring the birds and butterflies and bees and have them all come to your yard. It's much nicer, and then it's nicer to our earth.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get the word out not only to adults but to youth as well, correct? And is that you have a contest going on?
That's correct.
Tell me what the point of the contest is. Is it to educate youth or what? Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the coalition decided for the first time this past year that we were going to undertake a video contest. We really see that the digital world is where it's at, and we wanted to utilize technology and the way youths are on their smartphones, and they're able to take video everywhere they go, and they love Snapchat and TikTok.
Yeah.
So we thought, why not ask them to show some videos from their perspective from the topics that we like to talk about. And so what's their take on water protection and the things that they like to do and how it impacts their everyday life. So we created this video contest for 6th through 12th grade. And
Perfect age for that, I think. Yeah.
throughout the whole region. So it can be private schools, public schools, and homeschooled students. So we really encourage everyone to enroll in the contest, and the deadline to enter is March 31st.
Okay. So does that mean they need to have their video done by March 31st?
Yes, they
Okay.
need to submit.
So they got about a month. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the two lengths for the videos are 55 seconds and 25 seconds long.
Okay.
And then we'll have 3 award categories. So there's 3 chances to win $500.
Ooh, they're all
So-
$500 prizes.
Yep.
Oh,
so we're
that's a pretty
hoping
good deal.
that is a
good.
significant incentive
It
for
should be.
some young people.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have a People's Choice category. So the
nice.
videos are going to come to us, and we're going to then judge them and then put them on our YouTube channel. And then we'll have a social media engagement contest through mid-April so that the people can
vote on
vote on their favorite videos. And so that's how we'll pick that category.
Great.
So that'll be
great.
really fun.
So is that a fourth one or is that one of the 3?
That's the
that's
third.
one.
So
okay.
it's a long video,
The
short video, and then
the
People's Choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. So what about the topics that they can do? I know it has to revolve around clean water, but are there specific things that they should focus on, or that you have suggestions?
yeah, we have some tips.
Okay.
I think young people may not be as engaged as we are. Think about clean rivers all the time. So we do have some tips, and those are online. There's 5 categories. The first one is what connects you to the river, and this is kind of a broad topic, but we think, if you've been to the river with your family, you might have some really just keen memories of some time that you spent and what that river meant to you. And so we want to kind of explore that, or have students explore that a little
And
bit.
that's a nice wide topic there. So
Right, and there's a lot of
most people can probably relate to that in one way or another.
Right, and I think most people do.
Yeah.
And there may be some history, for example, with the Native Americans, or with industry, or something that may have some kind of connection to you.
Right.
Right.
Something that
So,
really
yeah,
resonates.
that's one.
Okay.
And the other one would be, say, how do you recreate? in by the stream. So if you go camping, for example, what are the leave no trace things that you might do?
Okay.
So of course, packing out your trash, using biodegradable soap or other things. There's some easy tips. I think these are things that students can pick up on pretty quickly.
Sure.
Then we covered some of the things you can do with your automobile, right? So the car washing, maintaining your car. So this is kind of maybe a point to
Or maybe taking public transit is
Taking
another
public
way
transit,
to
yeah.
not pollute by
Yeah.
carpooling or taking public transit, riding a skateboard or a bicycle.
Great topics. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And then things you can do around your house. So we covered that a little bit. So herbicide use, the naturescaping, household products that you might be steering clear of. There's a whole array of things, but I think these are things that are really affecting your life or
And
your
they're things
parents'
that-
life or the decisions that your parents are making, right? If you're a student.
Everybody should be thinking about, not everybody does, but this might get some kids who've never considered that stuff before to
Yeah.
really start thinking about it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Plus they have a chance to win some pretty good money. $500 is pretty darn nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you know what's important, I think, for us too is like what Carrie said. We recognize that social media is where people get a lot of information. This is where culture, I think, is built. And so if we're trying to communicate things about the stream, about how we love the stream, I love the stream.
Yeah.
That if we can make some videos and get voices from students who also love the streams, then the creativity when you're young, and I remember when I was a kid, recycling was just coming on, and my parents didn't recycle, and it was kind of up to the kids, right? It was up to the students.
Because they kind of in school and they push
Exactly.
a little bit.
So this is kind of a sneaky way for us to get the student voices out there. We know that they're rich in content and creative, and maybe they can influence everybody.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
What else do we need to know about?
Oh, we have one last category.
Oh,
The
okay.
Watershed Council
Oh, yeah.
commercials.
Right. So many people don't know that there's community organizations that are working to restore your local stream, and these are watershed councils. And they host a series of restoration events or cleanup events.
Right.
And so this is kind of a way to encourage students to maybe get involved, maybe volunteer or help out in some way, and then help maybe promote an event in their neighborhood.
They do some fun stuff.
There's some really great
I've
stuff.
been to like Explorando a few years back, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
Columbia
Very
City
nice,
Watershed
yeah.
Council.
That's
and
right.
I mean, there's bike, events, and
We actually have an event coming up with one of our local watershed councils, Johnson Creek Watershed Council, on March 7th, which is the watershed-wide event. It goes on all throughout the watershed, but there'll be a Gresham location at Main City Park. So
Oh wow, okay, well good. I grew up
we're
right
gonna
by Johnson
plant
Creek. I know
some
that
trees
one.
and shrubs that day, and take out some ivy and other
Invasive ivy.
annoying weeds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll be out there too.
How good. Well, so we can look forward to seeing you out there pulling that ivy or whatever else you're doing. But if people are interested, we'll have the information on the screen so they can know where to go to register. They have to register to be in the.
Yes,
in the
so our website
contest.
is theriverstartshere.org.
Okay.
And our social media handles are there. It's at The River Starts Here. And there's a student video contest link. It has our application, and then it has the deadlines there listed, and
rules
how
and-
you upload your video
Good.
and send it to us. So that's all on the website, riverstartshere.org.
And this is brand new, so people don't know about it, right? So
Correct.
I'd say if you want to get in on it, this is the time to do it. Do it this year because next year there could be a whole bunch more people vying for that.
That's
for
right.
that
You'll probably
prize.
have better chances of winning
Yeah,
this year
yeah,
because
so
there
go
probably
for it.
won't be as many entries. But we're hoping that this will get people to send in some more videos.
I hope so too. Wonderful. We're just about out of time. Anything else we need to know real quick?
Well, I'd love to make a plug. If you're on Facebook or Instagram and you follow The River Starts Here, if you can like us, then you're now part of the community. You get to hear about all the local events that are happening, including like the Big Float or Watershed Council events, and then you might get some tips about how to do things around your house.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay. that
Thanks
sounds
very
great.
much.
Thank
Thanks both of you for
Great.
being on the show tonight. Appreciate it, Roy and Carrie. And hopefully we'll find out soon who that winner is. Maybe we can have those on our channels.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Great,
love
thank
that.
you so much.
Thanks for watching this segment of Community Hotline. This is kind of a fun way to talk about a serious subject. So do check out their website and encourage any youth in your life to get busy and take their videos. I'm Monica Weitzel. We'll be back here in just a moment, so please don't go away. We have more of Community Hotline.
Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. The Outlook, serving the residents of East Multnomah County for more than 100 years. The region's #1 source for information, The Outlook provides readers with intensely local coverage of the issues and people that impact our lives and community. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, advocating on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels. A very special thanks to all our sponsors who help make our programming possible.